So here we are at the Behavioral Sciences building at CSU, and this is where my office is, and also where we have our labs where we bring families in to participate in our studies. And those studies are all about how qualities of family relationships are related to patterns of adolescent development. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go to one of our observation rooms, and this is where families come when they participate in our studies, and more specifically we're going to see a couple interacting in a conflict discussion.
All right.
So now that we've completed the surveys,
Now, can they see us or hear us?
no, they can't. So what they're doing right now is our research assistant is explaining a task to them.
Basically, we're just looking for a 15-minute discussion based on the topics that you highlighted as being most prevalent in your relationship. So we'd love to hear both points of view, and we would love for you to reach some sort of resolution, whatever that looks like for you as a couple.
So I think finances is probably our biggest point of contention in our family because you refuse to work on a budget.
Well, I think my issue is your budget is your budget. What you consider a priority may not be what I consider a priority, like football tickets to the Broncos game.
What do you think about Charles?
What are the most typical areas of disagreement between couples?
Finances is a common area. What people do for fun, for recreation, is another one.
That's really interesting because you would think that what people do for fun is one of those things that attract people to one another because they have common interests.
Yeah, absolutely, but we really see differences in terms of how, especially couples who've been married for a really long time, how they want to divide time when they're off of work. One of the most common areas of disagreement is driving style. So lots of couples saying you drive too slow, you drive too fast, you drive too close.
But your issue that makes me a nervous wreck, and our son Blake is starting to model this driving, is your tailgating. When we're on I-25, I think there's 6 inches between us and the next car. And I've seen Blake doing this now too.
So what we're really interested in is understanding how qualities of the marital relationship are related to different types of adolescent development.
So now we're going to put the cap on. Just relax, and then I'll just kind of ask you to help me put it on as we go, okay? Yeah.
So when families come in to participate in our studies, this is where the child participates with a teenager. And the purpose of that cap is to measure electrical activity in the brain. More electrical activity in response to some type of stimuli suggests that people are paying more attention to it. Their brains are more active when that stimuli comes up on the screen. And so what we do is use a high-speed, precise camera that actually locks onto the eye and measures what the teenager is looking at on the screen. And so we're interested if they're going to be paying more attention to signs of anger, signs of happiness, or things that are more neutral.
So all the data that you're collecting here is matched with what the parents are telling you in the other room.
What we're really interested in is patterns across all of these families. Is it not just in one family, but across families? Do parents who display particular types of behaviors, do they have teenagers who display particular types of patterns? We're still really looking for families to participate in these studies. So there need to be 2 parents in the home. They don't have to be biological parents of the children, but there need to be 2 adults who are in a relationship with each other. And there needs to be a child between the ages of 10 and 14. And our phone number is 970-491-5129, frdl.colostate.edu.